We start tonight in Washington, where people for and against abortion rights remain outside the high court after justices overturned Roe versus Wade. The 50-year-old landmark case originating out of Texas formally guaranteed the federal right to an abortion.
Today's ruling puts an end to that right. We have team coverage as Texans react to that decision, including folks right in the heart of Houston. Melissa Correa is at a rally where abortion rights advocates are meeting downtown. And Jason Miles is at Houston's largest Planned Parenthood clinic where anti-abortion rights activists are rallying tonight. We start with Jason. What's the turnout like so far?
Not incredibly big right now, Mia. Take a look behind me. Folks are on both sides of this street that runs along the Planned Parenthood clinic right off the Gulf Freeway, the landmark building there. You've probably noticed the Coalition for Life, which organized this gathering, calling today's decision, quote, momentous and 50 years in the making. That group and many other anti-abortion groups swiftly reacted to news today. They've been anxiously awaiting for so long. Many hope things don't stop with today's decision and that the state of Texas makes sure laws are fully enforced by local DAs and that the abortion alternative programs in place across Texas are expanded at hundreds of help centers.
We know that those pregnancy centers have compassionately trained staff and volunteers who are ready to stand with you, walk out the pregnancy with you, support you as you have your baby, and either choose to keep it and raise it. And in that case, they'll assist in various needs up to 3 years after birth, as well as for the consideration of the placement of adoption.
The Texas Health and Human Services Department has an entire website dedicated to the Alternatives to Abortion program, which features contact information for contracted service providers. And back here live outside Houston's big Planned Parenthood clinic, you can see the crowd continues to grow a little bit. We expect some remarks to be made. There's also a prayer vigil planned along with other activities here. Of course, as I mentioned, it is hot, so I expect the gathering here to be rather brief. Now, as you know, many anti-abortion protesters and demonstrators continually say that abortion is an alternative that people should explore. In fact, in the distance, I don't know if you can see it, there's a huge billboard that says abortion is an option, conveniently placed, I should say, near this big Planned Parenthood clinic. My colleague Melissa Correa is downtown at Tranquility Park, where, as you mentioned, another rally is underway tonight from those opposed to today's decision. Melissa, I'll send it to you.
Hey there, Jason. Supporters of abortion rights are gathering under the shade here at the federal courthouse in downtown Houston. Several people, a few dozen of them, have already shown up, some of them with signs and messages. All of this planned within the hours of hearing of this Supreme Court decision. The rally today is set to start at 6:30 p.m. And the fact that this was planned in a matter of hours today speaks to what some Houstonians are feeling, from disappointment to heartbreak. In the last month, Texans have really amplified their voice on abortion in America. In fact, thousands packed Discovery Green last month after a leaked Supreme Court draft opinion suggested today's reversal was coming. It's why Planned Parenthood is now doubling down on family planning services like birth control.
But the impact of today's devastating, unjust ruling will be felt all over our communities. It will be felt by people who are today learning of an unintended pregnancy, families who are trying to make the best decisions for their futures, as well as people who fear criminalization over their pregnancy outcomes. The majority of the Supreme Court has failed the American people. Plain and simple, they got it wrong. And the fight to bring back abortion access to Texans begins today.
Planned Parenthood, among the abortion providers, now pausing services until they can figure out their next legal step. Though healthcare and family planning services are still available at Planned Parenthood locations across Texas. In addition to tonight's rally in support of abortion rights, Beto O'Rourke, who is campaigning to become Texas's next governor, is holding a pro-abortion rights rally in Austin on Sunday. I'll send it back to you.
We'll pick it up from here. Just one of many rallies likely happening this weekend on both sides. Melissa Correa, thank you.
Well, clinics that once provided abortions are now closed. A sign in front of Houston Women's Clinic saying they are not providing abortion care and will only be able to handle follow-up appointments. This clinic not providing abortion services is a sign of what's to come here in Texas.
Today's Supreme Court ruling set in motion an abortion ban in Texas, among other states. Rekha Mudaraj is here now with what happens next. Rekha.
Mia and Ron, with the Supreme Court's decision, 13 states will outlaw abortion within 30 days with so-called trigger bans.
13 states have them on the books, including Texas, Louisiana, and Arkansas. All of these laws make exceptions for the life of the mother. Most do not include exceptions for rape and incest. In their dissent, the liberal judges made note of the fact that this would further burden clinics in other states, citing the sharp increase of patients from Texas who sought treatment in states including Oklahoma, Kansas, Colorado, New Mexico, and Nevada after Texas passed its restrictive abortion law in September of 2021. Soon, patients in Texas will have to drive an average of 540 miles to reach the nearest abortion clinic. That's according to the Guttmacher Institute, an abortion rights research organization.
And the trigger law here in Texas, House Bill 1280, was signed by Governor Abbott last year. It will automatically ban abortions, and Texas doctors could face life in prison or a $100,000 fine for performing them. Mia?
Rekha, thank you. The Supreme Court seemingly still fractured over what overturning Roe v. Wade means for birth control and same-sex marriage.
Justice Samuel Alito, who authored today's opinion, guaranteed protections.
But Justice Clarence Thomas is calling for the court to reconsider previous rulings and striking down state restrictions on sodomy bans and gay marriage. University of Houston law professor Seth Chandler does not think that will happen.
Remember that Clarence Thomas only got one vote, his own, on that point, and that the majority justices, 5 of them, including very conservative justices, went out of their way to say that this case did not challenge contraception, gay marriage, because in their view, there was not potential life on the other side of the equation.
But LGBTQ activists and others fear the far right will continue to chip away at those cases in an effort to overturn them as well.
We have continuing coverage online, including how the justices voted in today's ruling.